As in?
There's levels in meditation.
What's Kama Sutra?
Kama Sutra is just sexual exercise that the Indians...
So
No, that's not what that's not what I'm on about.
Network to get work, I love it. If I put it in my bar, then I did it. Couldn't give a toss about an image. Some more time to think a nigga tripping. Leave a nigga permanently kipping. Something I got dead if the other don't kick him. Bring it to the council, council said kill him. We ain't having that bullshit in this village. Multiple, every girl is me with a women. Tribal business, die for my women. Big blood clot, empire man billing. Them I go on like them down on the mission.
Shalom and hi everybody. This is Jay from Urbanstarzuk UK podcast, and this is Urbanstarzuk UK podcast. Today we have a very special guest by the name of Renee from Birmingham. Hi, and thanks for coming, Renee.
Hi.
Basically, Renee's going to tell you a story about her life. This should be an inspiration to everybody out there. It'd be lovely if you'd care to listen. And thank you so much for coming.
No problem.
And being ready to tell us a story about your life. I'd like to start from the beginning, if that's all right with you. So
yeah.
If we'd like to talk, could we still talk about the day you was born and how we got to where we are today? But I'll keep on asking questions in between.
Okay. So I was born in Birmingham on the 2nd of November, and from 6 days old, that's when my disability occurred. So I was involved in a car accident where a lady crashed into my dad's car and caused damage to my spine, which as a result I have to use a chair.
Sorry to hear that. That's a lot to take in. And how old was you when that happened?
Only 6 days old, and then I had my first wheelchair from when I was 4.
That's a lot to take in. And how did your family take that? Your father and your mother, 6 days old. How did they take that? Let alone you, because at 6 days old, you don't know much about life.
Of course, I wasn't aware.
Yeah? So you don't know much about life. So how did your parents take that?
Well, I wasn't really aware of how it affected them until I was old enough to speak to them about it, because I wasn't really aware that I was any different until I was old enough to know that I was different. But my mum and dad obviously, of course, struggled with it. They blamed themselves for a long time. But seeing me being happy is what they needed.
That's beautiful. So you've been going through this from the day you was born. How was your experience through school and growing up? How was your experiences?
So when I was little and I was in primary school, I didn't notice that I was different to anyone else really. It wasn't until I got to like secondary school that I started to struggle with my disability, struggle with self-acceptance, self-image. So I'd say from the ages of 12 to 16, those were my hardest years.
They were your teens?
Yeah.
So like puberty. So that would be like for most teenagers.
Yeah.
So that's when you realised that your life was different from everybody else's. Could you carry on and tell us about it?
So I fell into a very dark place at that time. I was very depressed. I had bad anxiety. I felt like I just had no hope. I couldn't see where my life was going to go from there. In fact, looking back, I remember days that I really didn't want to be here anymore. It was that deep. But now it's just the complete opposite. Like I wake up happy about life and ready for my day, whereas back then I was sad that my day was starting. So it's like it's just perspective on things and how things have changed now for me since that time.
How did you start making that change to feel better about life in your teens when you was going through this dark time in your life? How did you keep yourself strong?
Well, to start with, it's definitely the people that was around me that had a big influence on bringing me to the place that I'm in now. And it really does have a great impact on you or a bad impact on you depending on who you're around. And I've been through both ends of the spectrum. I've been around people that made me feel bad about myself and made it hard for me to accept myself, and I've been around people that have shown me things that I didn't even see in myself at the time, but now I see it. So it's really important to make sure that you have good people around you who believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. It's really important.
And who who have been some of them people who've been the root of your change to being strong again?
So definitely, obviously, my mum and dad. My mum's no longer with me, but I'd say also my aunties, my mum's sisters, and my best friend Esme. We've been best friends since we was 5 years old. Yeah, and also my girls from Sister Circle as well. They've had a great impact on me, accepting myself, and opening up more and seeing myself for who I really am.
And who are Sister Circle?
So Sister Circle, it was an event set up by one of my good friends called Shakti, to bring women together, to empower us and bring us to bring out our full potential.
And that was one of the things that grounded you as well? Okay.
Definitely, yeah.
So that's us going through your teens and the family support. So you had the support of the family, and that was very important when you was in a dark place.
Yeah.
So where are we going to now? Because you're doing some very, very special things, and I don't want to jump the gun because we've got lots of other things to get to. And what sparked your interest into doing yoga and having a positive mindset? What and how and when did it all start to happen?
Okay, so with my disability, it's important that I get out of my chair as much as I can, move around, because as you can imagine, being sat in one position all day, it takes its toll on your body. So from when I was little, I've always been told to do stretches and stuff, but I went through a stage where I was bored of it. It was boring me, and I think yoga helped to really bring out my creativity, and it's allowed me to really connect to myself and really, I guess, know that I have no limits. When I'm out of my chair, it's helped me to build up my confidence outside of my chair as well as being inside of it. And it's pushed me to do things that I didn't think I could do. So, yeah.
Can we have an example? Like,
so
just with you telling us?
It's helped me. So if I see a move or I see something that I want to do, like my mind's adaptive now, so I'll find a way of doing it always.
Okay.
If I want to do it, if it's important to me, I'll find a way of getting it done.
Wow. Wow. This is so inspirational. You know, there's people like ourselves with all the opportunities in the world, and we don't use them properly. You understand? And there's people who are less able and they use it better than ourselves. So this lady is a great inspiration to us all. Right. Can we elaborate on yoga and where yoga comes from?
Yeah, so yoga originated from India, and what it is basically a form of exercise what aligns like your mind, body and soul. It allows you to build up your strength, your muscles, and your flexibility. But for me, it's become more about that. It's like once I'm in that zone, it's like I zone out from everything else. It brings me into the present moment, which is where our power is. So.
Okay, so what when you do yoga, is it like a meditation, meditating thing?
Yeah.
Could you tell me a bit more about that? Because the reason why I ask you to, because I've tried to meditate. I don't think I'm sure what meditating even is in my own terms. Like I've sat down and done this thing before and and all of this type of stuff. And to tell you and the
breathing exercises.
All of this type of stuff, and I really don't know what's going on. So could you tell me why you do that? And because I'm sure that's involved in what you do.
Yeah.
So could you, or even give me a little example of what I could do to put me in a better mind state? Because I want to be in a mind state like yours.
First thing I want to say, practice. It takes time, because even though I'm at the place I'm at now, I haven't always been this way. Like to start with.
How long? Sorry to cut you. How long did it take you to get in the place where you are today?
I've been doing yoga for about almost 4 years now, but I've got more into it the past year.
Okay.
And I feel like I've exceeded. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
From where I was before. So it's practice really. You just got to keep going, keep trying, and just allow yourself to just be in the moment. But also you're going to have things come up in your mind, like things that you're thinking like, why is this here? But just allow it to be there without judgment. Don't get mad at yourself. Just allow it to be there.
Okay, see, another lesson taught from a lady much younger than myself. Who says we can't learn from young people? Do you find religion and spirituality to be one of the same thing?
No. There's certain places where they come into link together, but no, I feel like religion can sometimes tie you down into like one category, whereas I feel like
Put you in a box.
Yeah. Whereas I feel like spirituality frees you from that box.
So yoga isn't like a religion or anything like that?
No, it is tied to certain religions and it's practiced in certain religions, but it's not just a religious act, if you get what I mean. So yeah, and there's loads of different types of yoga as well, like loads.
Do you wanna tell me two types?
Yeah, so you've got Kundalini yoga and Vinyasa yoga, which is two what I'll be doing and specialising in as well.
Could you see the Kundalini and the
Vinyasa?
Vyasa.
Yeah.
Could you describe to me the two different types that they are?
Yeah, so with Vinyasa yoga, it's all about just flowing from one pose to the other in sequence. Kundalini yoga connects to your chakras inside, so from root to crown, to help you align and help the snake that is connected around our spine to move up the energy and come out and awaken you.
Are they both as important as each other?
Yeah, I can say that I think with the Kundalini yoga it can be a bit more intense for people sometimes because it can bring up like emotions that have been trapped because energy gets trapped in our bodies and as does trauma as well. So yoga helps to release that, so it can be an emotional release, therefore you can find yourself just like start crying or or you can have things pop up that like you thought you dealt with, just so you can heal it again.
Okay, like things that you thought you blocked.
Yeah.
And they'll
okay,
traumatizing things.
Yeah.
There's so many things I want to go into with you. You also do classes on this, don't you?
Yeah.
Is it men and women or is it women only?
All.
So it's men and women. And where are your classes and how can we get to come along or to watch or what would we do if we want to know about your classes?
I'm going to be starting my classes on Zoom at the moment and I will be doing one-to-one classes as well as like group classes, but eventually I will be getting a space where I can hold classes and we can do like one-to-ones in person. So yeah, at the moment I'll be doing one-to-one classes on Wednesdays and Thursdays and group classes on Mondays and Tuesdays.
And one of our guests would like to ask you a question.
Yeah, earlier you mentioned that you work with chakras. Could you elaborate more what that is, please?
Yeah, so the chakras are the 7 energy points that are within our body, and it starts from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And these energy points deal with different aspects of ourselves. So for example, the root chakra deals with stability, foundation, safety. Solar plexus chakra, which is here, deals with pleasure, creativity, and sensuality and sexuality. And then we go on to our solar plexus, which deals with confidence.
These are colours as well sometimes.
Yeah, so red, orange, yellow,
green,
blue, dark blue, purple.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
solar plexus deals with willpower, creativity, confidence, clarity, happiness. Our heart chakra deals with grief, forgiveness, compassion, love, and owning ourselves deeply. And then we go on to our throat chakra, which deals with communication, talking, listening, and being able to express ourselves freely. And the third eye is all about knowing and seeing beyond what surface level, connecting and following our intuition. And the crown chakra also deals with intuition and connecting to the angelic realms.
It's a new term for us.
Ooh.
I never heard of
But
In a very simplified.
What was your question?
Connecting to spirit.
What's the highest stage you can meet you can thingy in yoga? Is there levels?
As in,
There's levels in meditation.
What's Kama Sutra?
Kama Sutra is just sexual exercise that the Indians.
so
No, that's not what that's not what I was on about. What I was on about was something to do with monks and yoga. And when they get to this high state, yeah, their bodies can disappear. No, man.
So with meditation, when I first started it, I was like still aware of being in my body and being in my mind, and it wasn't as it is now.
That's where I am. Remember I was telling you, I'm doing this all and I'm not one.
Yeah.
But other people saying,
it's practice. It's definitely practice, because now when I do it, I can feel that it's like my body's asleep, but I'm off.
You're about.
Yeah. Yeah. Wherever
Why
I
you
travel
can't
to.
even feel this here? Like you're missing.
Like it's like my body's asleep and I'm aware that I'm sleeping.
Wow.
And
It's like
my
a
mind's, yeah, basically. You know, if you have a dream and you or if you're in a sleep state where you wake up but you're still asleep,
lucid.
a
lucid dream.
it's kind of like that. You get into like a deep trance state.
Wow. I know you're a busy lady, so with what's going on with your yoga and your spirituality and the other things going on in your life, so what other things have you got going on, and what would you like to tell the people as far as...
Okay, so I will be bringing up my own business called the Rise Tribe, and this is where my yoga classes will be linked to. But also I'll be bringing more services to this soon, so I'll be doing spiritual counselling and chakra reading and chakra healing as well, but that's just a taster as to what's to come.
Cheese and peas. Is there modelling there as well?
I do modelling as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Miss Renee, and where can we find you? What's your social media platforms, and where can we get at you?
Okay, so you can get me at Renee Valentine on Instagram and Renee on Facebook, and we can book classes from there and discuss more of the services I'll be offering too.
And I believe that you've got some sisters, meaning friends, because you know this is about building our community businesses. I believe that you want to mention some friends and businesses that are up and coming. Yeah, so my friends have got their own businesses as well, which have all helped me to heal to create the woman that I am today. So I want to include in that Shakti Crystal Healing, Limitless Cosmic Pleasure, Azoria Zilli, and Amanda Foundation, which is a charity that my auntie has set up in name of my mum. Wow, beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. And also a bridge to tranquility as well. A bridge of tranquility. Yeah. You know what's funny? That's the woman who ran that called Rachel. Yeah. Look how the world's small. I met that lady at a holistic event in Birmingham. Look how the world's small. Very, very funny. She's done a lot for me. Yeah. She read a little something for me. Yeah. And also, I can't forget my girl Sarah as well, who's also helped me greatly on my journey. Thank you very much for listening and watching in on this Urbanstarzuk podcast with the lovely Renee.
Network to get work, I live it. If I put it in my bar, then I did it. Couldn't give a toss about an image. Some more time to think a nigga tripping. Live a nigga permanently kipping. Something I got dead if the other don't kick him. Bring it to the council, council said kill him. We ain't having that bullshit in this village. Multiple, every girl is me with a femme.